Cloud computing has grown widespread in modern culture. Yet legal firms have been slower to adopt the technology than the general public. However, law firms have recently switched from on-site data management to the cloud due to quick developments in cybersecurity, increased customer demand, and the attractiveness of boosting efficiency while saving costs. So, what are the most prevalent reasons why cloud computing is still a source of contention among legal professionals? And what has prompted the sector to change toward cloud migration? And is it safe for law firms? Lawyers and legal staff have been compelled to operate from home offices, spare bedrooms, and coffee shops, resulting in a more flexible method of balancing their lives. And as the globe emerges from the pandemic's grasp, these working habits, both internally for the employee experience and how clients would want to cooperate, have now become the accepted standard. The transition to remote, from having the technology and the people on premises, has increased exposure to risk in the form of data loss, cyber attacks, non-compliance, and the unintentional disclosure of personal client information. The epidemic has affected practically every business, with many seeing it as an acceleration of a digital transition that had previously been quietly transforming how work was done. It has sparked a rapid transition in the technology sector. Legal, healthcare, and government businesses with outdated systems have been offered the chance to leapfrog in significantly updated and working practices. The legal profession has felt this the most acutely, with every facet of their company, from client communication to team collaboration to how courts operate, suddenly changing. Traditional working procedures that have been in place for many decades have been thrown into disarray. While enabling remote working, teams discovered that, while their core systems, such as their document management system, are managed and hosted on premises, the tools of the remote worker, which their legal colleagues are using to enable remote collaboration, video conferencing, messaging, and sharing, are already in the cloud. Sensitive data is already passing through them. The difficulty is to balance the necessity to facilitate remote working habits and information access with the increased inherent danger. What is the cloud? Cloud was born in the early years of the millennium. When physical storage became impractical, the internet introduced the cloud. As a result, an age of transition across numerous industries has begun. Cloud computing is a data storage business strategy that can replace all existing hardware infrastructures. Primary cloud computing has evolved as a commercial solution that enables users to store and access data from any location in the globe, regardless of physical restrictions or geographical borders. These services are priced and provided on a first-come, first-served basis. To put it another way, we rent access to a cloud service provider rather than having our own infrastructure. Furthermore, the cloud for legal firms is a synthesis of several existing technologies. This technology is built on the pay you use and how much you use the feature. Thus, this is a useful alternative for legal firms that do not have certain requirements stated on a timely basis. Is the cloud safe for law firms? Whenever we start a conversation about cloud computing with a lawyer, we frequently hear the question, is the cloud safe for law firms? Said, the answer is yes. The cloud is without a doubt the safest solution for legal companies to assure data security. With robust encryptions in place, the cloud can protect them from data theft, data loss, malware attack, and other threats. Naturally, legal practitioners are willing to pay this large one-time expenditure to build up their infrastructure to do their tasks properly. The cloud can not only streamline law firm management processes, but it can also do it better, quicker, and more securely. Increasingly, lawyers are abandoning the old approach in favor of a more technologically advanced environment. However, many attorneys who are used to a pre-tech profession appear unwilling to make the transition. Why waste money on technology that may or may not be secure when we give the facts, which outweigh the initial difficulty during the adoption stage? These old schoolers concur that the cloud is a secure and easy solution for legal companies. Why law firms should embrace the cloud? Efficient cloud-based law practice management software. One of the most significant advantages of employing cloud technology is integrating and automating processes. On the cloud, time-consuming and tiresome processes like scheduling, billing, invoicing, file management, and the preparation of legal documents are all automated. Cloud computing saves money. While efficiency is vital, organizations ultimately strive to increase their bottom line. Cloud technology saves legal businesses money by increasing productivity while removing the expense of local data storage and upkeep. Not only that, but companies can make a better budget by avoiding unanticipated expenses that are unavoidable when dealing with aged infrastructure. The flexibility to grow is another key cost-saving advantage of cloud-based legal firm management software. Scalability is significantly more expensive when data is maintained on-site and difficult, while businesses that employ cloud technology can expand without updating or adding equipment, software, its staff, or other costs associated with in-house data administration. Focusing on company expansion while having predictable, consistent data management costs is a significant benefit when growing. Confidentiality in cloud computing. Attorney-client confidentiality was one of the primary reasons many legal firms avoided adopting cloud servers. Attorney-client confidentiality is critical in the practice of law and should not be treated lightly. Even today, issues regarding secrecy and ethics are the primary reasons cloud computing is a sensitive topic among individuals in the legal sector. These limitations were a genuine reason to avoid outsourcing data storage to an off-site server in the early days of cloud-based systems. However, advances in cybersecurity have resulted in the cloud being more secure than on-premises servers in many cases. Small to medium-sized law firms are especially vulnerable to cyber assaults because they frequently lack the infrastructure and skills to keep their systems safe, even with a secure firewall in place. A Wi-Fi connection might expose information and files to a data breach. Cloud services include end-to-end encryption, backup servers, teams of qualified workers, and physical security measures such as securely sealed rooms with cutting-edge video systems and 24-hour monitoring. These procedures are unable to implement in-house at a cheaper cost than outsourcing. Is the cloud more dependable than on-premise systems? While it has long been assumed that on-premise servers are more stable and secure than cloud-based systems, this is no longer the case. Cloud servers provide redundancy that internal servers cannot match because the cloud may use a backup server if the original system fails. The result is reduced downtime and a far lower chance of losing files due to device failure, damage, or a data breach. It is also typical for legal firms to fail to establish local server backups, exposing them to data loss. Cloud systems can constantly sync and update, so businesses don't have to worry about not accessing data or documents. Disadvantages of embracing the cloud. Many legal firms are still hesitant to go to the cloud. Some of the most prevalent reasons for this are difficult migrations. A tough migration procedure is one of the most prevalent issues law firms have when transitioning to cloud-based technologies. Before committing to a cloud computing service, businesses should read evaluations and learn more about what is necessary to import their data to the cloud. Data control and possession. Some legal professionals believe that switching to the cloud implies relinquishing control over their data, an essential paper since having their servers physically nearby provides them peace of mind. This type of mindset pattern stifles growth by limiting their potential to expand. In truth, they are not relinquishing ownership or possession of their data. Rather, they are simply shifting it to a more secure and easily accessible location. Unpleasant previous experiences. Whether a law firm was an early adopter of cloud technology or just had a negative experience with a specific cloud provider, painful transitions might turn a whole legal team against the concept of cloud technology because there have been significant advances in cloud computing recently. Previous exposure to cloud services should not be seen as typical of how most cloud servers function. Concerns about security because of the increased scrutiny and confidentiality responsibilities that legal teams are obligated to follow. Security concerns remain a key reason some law firms are hesitant to use cloud technology. On the other hand, modern cloud computing platforms often give far more secure data storage alternatives than what legal firms can supply in-house. The bottom line, cloud computing has its own set of benefits and drawbacks, but it has a dynamic nature that, when used properly, provides a sense of security and efficiency. It is continually reshaping the commercial landscape. All firms must adapt to the latest technologies to stay in the race and compete just like everyone else. The importance of retrievability and availability cannot be overstated. Make certain that the cloud service provider you pick offers speedy cloud recovery and version history and continually synchronized file backup in case of human mistake or cyber attack. Your data will always be safe, retrievable, and available to restore when you need it with cloud backup. Cloud computing dangers may be mitigated by carefully picking the best cloud backup service to preserve and store your data.